What's going on, guys? I'm Abe.
And I'm Bear.
And welcome to Nerd Talk. What's going on, guys? We're super excited to be doing back with the podcast, of course.
I'm back, baby. And I'm Bear, of course.
We're so excited, guys. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode. Today, it is the road to Multiverse of Madness. And of course, we got other Marvel topics to throw into this episode as well. Definitely. And guys, if you want to join the Nerd Rage Network, drop in the description below of wherever you're watching or listening to this podcast on, because you can get to the link tree and find all of our social media pages, all of the places where you can listen to the podcast, and you can check out our YouTube, TikTok, and more. Guys, here we go. Let's start talking about Doctor Strange.
Oh, let's do this. Excited.
Guys, we are super excited. So let's just start off with some of our general thoughts before we get into some theories.
Right.
Okay, in general, I'm just balls to the wall excited about this movie.
Me too. When I saw the trailer for this movie, I had to watch it multiple times just to be able to realize what I was seeing.
Oh yeah.
And then parts show up and I'm sitting there going, did I see that right?
Professor X, Patrick Stewart. You hear that voice and you know instantly who is coming to the MCU, guys.
Yes.
Professor X. God, it's so exciting.
Just X-Men in general. That's huge. Into a whole new leader. What could be coming next?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to be talking about that really heavily too, especially the X-Men part, because there's a lot of speculation of what's going to be happening in this movie. We're going to be a lot of people believe wholeheartedly that this is going to be our introduction of the new X-Men for the MCU. And we're going to be getting into a very awesome theory that I've heard a lot of people bring up, but I want to bring it up for you guys as well, because it's a really special theory. It's really cool, and we're gonna be talking about those in the theories in a minute.
Right.
But yeah, just in general, oh my god, X-Men, come on, it's huge. But the other thing is Wanda's story in this movie, man. Just looking at her in the trailers, jeez. Oh man, it's so good.
Yeah. Agreed. And I just. The whole point is, I might as well say it. I've already told you, I have not got a chance to sit down and watch the WandaVision series at all. I know I've seen previews and stuff about it, but I just have not had the chance. But I'll tell you what, if they're seeing her WandaVision then come in to this with Doctor Strange, and then the whole multiverse thing is absolutely insane. To think about what's gonna happen. I cannot wait to see this movie.
Literally, the possibilities are endless. Okay, flash it back, 2019. It's me and him. We're just started Nerd Talk. It's our second episode ever. And we did the Road to Endgame, and we were talking, and it's the same deal, man. It's like the same amount of hype here. And the reason is because look, that movie, Endgame. There was a certain amount of things, there was a certain box that they had to be in because it was these characters, this universe, and they had to fix this one problem. In this movie, we have no idea what's actually going on. We don't know who the villain is, not really, and we have to speculate on it.
Yeah, it's all speculation.
It's the multiverse. Literally anything is possible. We just saw No Way Home. This man can attest the shock, the craziness, everything in that movie. We got Toby and Andrew. What? It was so crazy. And
we had all three. It was insane. But that's another subject we'll definitely get into.
That moment, though, is what made us know that Doctor Strange the possibilities are literally endless.
It is.
And so now we have ton of speculation room. We know that this is going to have a little bit more of a horror theme to it. It's going to have a little bit more, darker energy to it. And we know that there's going to be some craziness. Look at the trailer. I mean, that just gives you just enough to be like, oh, I need to go see this movie ASAP.
And I'll tell you what really gave me that bigger excitement, a little bit of knowledge on knowing what's going on in a lot of these movies, especially with the multiverse, is something we'll definitely talk about a little bit later, is Loki.
Yes.
The series Loki. Yeah. Just watching that, no spoilers whatsoever, but you have to watch it to really understand on what's going on in the whole spectrum of the multiverse.
Oh, yeah.
And why it's happening, why it exists. That right there will tell you. So definitely when you get a chance, sit down and watch it, but we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yep. Okay, so general thoughts out of the way. Let's start getting into some theories. It's theory time. All right, guys.
Theory time.
All right, so now, guys, if you've checked out our TikTok, you know that I put out a little video talking about the villain of this movie. I want to give you my quick take theory of who I think the villain is, and then I'll let you speculate a little bit, and I'll start with mine, and then I'll let you go, okay, and then kind of see what you think. Okay, so here's who I think the villain is. I've had some time to think about this because we've seen Gargantos in the trailer, which is really interesting. This is a giant squid thing with the eyeball.
Yeah.
That's Gargantos. So that's one of the many angled ones. We've started to be introduced to like the Fear Lords, and they keep mentioning like Nightmare. You hear the word Nightmare in there. In another trailer, I didn't show him that trailer yet. I should have. That's my bad. The second trailer, Wanda says the word Nightmare as well, and it's like, oh, could it be Nightmare? Could it be which Nightmare? He's the guy who gets into the villain or the hero's dreams and tries to manipulate them. But I think there's one that's a little bit more obvious, and I'll tell you why. There is a little plot line that started in WandaVision, and you guys know about this. We were introduced to the Darkhold. The Darkhold. This is the Book of the Damned. This is Marvel's Book of the Damned. There's a person who authored that book. His name is Cthon. Now I know some of you guys, there's like 100 different ways to pronounce this. You can call it Cthulhu, whatever, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But basically, he's the guy who created the Darkhold, and he's trapped in this dark dimension outside of reality, and he's stuck there. Now, in the comics, of course. Right. What I think is he's manipulating Wanda in this movie with her children. I think he's like giving her fake hope about her children, and to send her into a fit of chaotic rage to somehow unleash him. Now, there's some little Easter eggy things that we get to see. That one part in the trailer where you see Doctor Strange, he's on like this wintry mountain and he's looking like a zombie.
Yeah.
That part, I think that's Mount Wondergore. And if that's Mount Wondergore, that means I'm telling you, Cthon. I'm telling you. That's my theory.
That's definitely something that is probably the biggest one.
Yeah. The other thing is there's these weird there's this weird monster that I think a lot of people were pointing out kind of looked like Chthon's monster, right. But they were fighting with Wanda and Wong. So it's like, I don't. But look, here's the thing. We know this all too well from Endgame. They love to put fake things in trailers. They really do.
Fake things to really throw you off big time, because there was so many things from Endgame that I've seen, so many different previews, so many different theories that have happened, and they were so freaking. They were all set up. Yeah, all set up, and then you go to watch it, and you're like,
boom, everything's out the window.
But all of those theories just gone, just gone. And there was polls, there was. So many things on different people's YouTube channels everywhere that on how close, percentage-wise of the world on their closeness to what their theory is.
Yeah. And the crazy thing, the one thing I will never... there's a couple of things that I have named correctly. That's why I'm trying to push out my theories a little bit more on these episodes,
Sure.
because I've gotten some things correct. Time travel, I got it correct in our Endgame video, which was just nuts. I can't believe I got that. The other thing is I called the exact name of Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man No Way Home.
Yes.
In my Far From Home review out of the theater that I did, and you can check it on our channel.
Yep.
I said I'm going to guess that the next movie is called No Way Home, and it will feature the Sinister Six. It almost was the Sinister Six.
Yeah.
So we're short one member, but still, I was pretty damn close. And so that's why I want to throw out Cathan, because if I get that right, like, oh my god. Like, that's
then he's got some kind of powers that
something
we don't know about.
Something. But yeah, so we're trying to push some of those extra little theory tidbits in there.
Right.
Man,
I completely agree, dude. I really do. I completely agree with what you're talking about. And it's hard for me to be like, this is what's gonna go on, because I'm so backtracked on what things right now, so I've been trying to catch up, trying to figure out where things are at, and seeing these movies that I just finally got caught up on and stuff, and it's like literally just got caught up on No Way Home, which of course, the emotional roller coaster.
Yeah,
stuff I never expected.
Here's the thing. So in this, obviously in No Way Home, Doctor Strange is in that movie. And with this is where the multiverse starts happening, because they get ripped into the universe. And so the question is, going into this movie, is this the problem that sets up Doctor Strange 2? Him breaking open the multiverse for Peter.
Right.
Is that going to be, or is the movie going to start off with another problem? And that's where things are going to be very interesting. So in the trailer, we do see him go to Wanda. So there's a reason he's going to Wanda. Also, I forgot to mention this, and it's not easy to tell from the trailer, but America Chavez is in this movie. Now, if you don't know who she is a LGBTQ character.
Right.
And because she comes from a world of just pure women, a universe of pure women. And her abilities, her superpowers, are to literally punch star-shaped holes through realities and travel the multiverse. And so that's how we're going to start traveling the multiverse in this movie. So this is going to be really interesting to see where that goes.
Okay, can I give a quick, small theory, highly, probably, well, I wouldn't say highly not possible, but could happen?
Yeah.
Is a lot of these shows, like, say, No Way Home and the new Doctor Strange, or any of these newer ones that have come out, especially after the multiverse thing became a big thing. Do you think it's possible that as what we're seeing, what we're watching, is technically another universe?
This is a theory that's going around.
That's a theory. You know how? Okay, Spider-Man, 1, 2, and 3, with Tobey.
Yep. The Raimiverse.
Yep. But then that changed, and they were kind of redoing Spider-Man with
Andrew Garfield.
A little bit different, but still the same thing.
Yeah.
But that's where I'm kind of like, okay, have they been swapping universes on us? And then this whole thing that we're seeing of this movie and of No Way Home and Doctor Strange, basically we're actually seeing it in another universe. That's why in No Way Home you see Tobey.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. It's a thought.
It's possible. Anything is possible. It's multiverse.
It is.
Now, I will say that the other thing is we got to remember that even though it's really crazy and multiverse is just batshit, the thing we got to remember is it is Marvel Studios, and their first goal is to make sure that everybody wants to go to the movies and not everybody's a super fan, so not a lot of people are thinking about that at that level.
Yeah.
And so I think they'll probably still keep it very like clean, right? Because they're also trying to make the movies so you don't have to watch the shows, but watching the shows enhances the movies.
Big time.
Which is going to be really important. So I think even some of the WandaVision stuff, even if you haven't seen WandaVision, I think they're going to kind of recap it in this movie so that people know, right? Because it's about giving those average moviegoers a chance to still be on the same level. But that shit could happen regardless. Like, that's the kind of theories that are fully possible.
That's what I would like to see, because that would be a shocker. That all
right. That would be insane. Okay, let's talk about some of the stuff we think is going to be coming after this movie. What are the stuff we're going to think that this movie could create?
Yeah, that could.
The first thing and the most obvious thing, because of Professor X in the trailer, we're gonna finally. Now I wanted to say this in July. Usually around July is Comic-Con time, right?
Yep.
And that's usually when Marvel announces the new movies. We're really deep into Phase 4. Like, we're really deep. We have like 6 movies left.
Right.
Like, after this year, 6 movies left.
After this year.
After this movie, yeah. After this year, 6 movies. Well, actually, we got. Okay, sorry. Hold on. Let's just count it out. Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, The Marvels, which is we're gonna talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
And then Fantastic Four. So that's 6 movies left.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got so we're 6 movies left, and I think we got for TV shows we have Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Loki season 2, What If season 2, Echo, and I think that's it, unless you count the rebooted X-Men 97 cartoon, which is gonna be fucking awesome. It's not actually rebooted; it's a continuation of the original. That's pretty cool, anyway. And then there's also a Spider-Man cartoon. That's a new one. That's from one of the studios. That's Tom Holland's Peter Parker. But it's like his very beginnings, his very beginning origins. Which it'll be like a short limited series. But anyway, that's cool too. So that's all we got left for Phase 4. So they're going to be announcing some more new movies. And I'm taking a bet. No, I could be wrong. But we're going to see in July that we're going to see some new movies, period. Because just them announcing new movies. And I think the first big one they're going to announce because of this movie, Doctor Strange, X-Men. Finally, the fucking X-Men. And obviously, I do think the X-Men actual feature film will probably come out after Fantastic Four. That's my guess. Yeah, and I think we're going to finally learn a little bit more about Blade. Because, I mean, we're starting to build the Midnight Suns, too. I'm so excited about that. Dude. Moon Knight, Blade, Ghost Rider, Punisher, Daredevil. Honey, in a movie together? What?
That would be...
Dude.
That'd be insane. Really would.
I can't wait.
Another
awesome.
good thing would be another one. It's a stretch. It's a stretch. But there was a poster with Doctor Strange, right?
Mm-hmm.
That had a small little tiny little egg.
Yep.
just a little egg with Deadpool.
Yeah, it's Deadpool. We're gonna get an announcement of Deadpool 3.
Yeah, there's definitely something coming with
year.
Deadpool 3.
We're gonna get some kind of teaser.
Yeah.
Because Ryan Reynolds is done with his other movies, which means he's focused
solely
on
he's
Deadpool 3 now.
He's set. Now, of course, just something I would probably because I would like to see. If anybody knows who Jacksepticeye is, big YouTuber, also gotten pretty close with Ryan Reynolds.
Yes.
Because Ryan Reynolds was his idol. So then they got to actually do a movie together, which everyone knows, Free Guy by now. Yeah. If you don't know, I don't know what universe you're in. But
it's on like 5 different services right now. You have no excuse not to watch it. It's so good.
So, but yeah, of course, if you already know about Free Guy, Jacksepticeye has a little part amongst other YouTubers in it as well. I really would like to see Jack get more involved, because he does want to, with Ryan Reynolds films, and maybe having a small little part in Deadpool 3.
That would actually be really cool.
That would be amazing.
That'd be really cool. I'd like to see that. That's one of the really cool things about like Free Guy is like I when I went to go watch that movie, and I'm like I every cameo is like I know that person, I know that person, I know that person.
Right.
I was like, hey, that's so and so.
Yeah, Ninja, Jacksepticeye, yeah,
all of them. Yep. Yeah, it was
So
great.
many.
But yeah, so I think that's the other thing is there's some rumors going around that Scarlet Witch might actually get her own solo movie, which could be very interesting. Not in the last episode of the podcast, if you tuned in for that, I did theorize that there's a potential that this movie is going to have some unresolved issues, and that her having her own solo movie could be a part of what whatever comes out of this film, which is really important.
Right.
Now, the last thing we're going to talk about in this segment here for Doctor Strange is the fact that me, this guy, and our friends are going to be going and seeing this movie, hopefully together. We're working on planning on it, and because we're right now we all currently, plans change. We all currently have that Thursday preview night off, which means if we're stayed clean, we are going to go see that Thursday preview night, because we're not getting anything spoiled for us. No, sir. But yeah, so when that happens, regardless, we're gonna make sure to see it, even if we have to go and see it separately. Regardless, we're gonna see it, and then we're gonna do a special podcast episode that is a review of Doctor Strange 2, which is going to be awesome. We're going to break it down in full spoiler detail. Now, of course, I'll do an out-of-theater reaction that is spoiler-free. That'll be on the YouTube channel, of course, guys. If you got to go check out that Nerd Rage TV on YouTube, check it out.
Yes,
Again, link tree down in the description, guys. Okay, now, moving on to topic number 2. We're going to be talking about Thor, Love and Thunder. All right, guys. So of course we just did the trailer just came out, and I just did a reaction to it on the channel again, Nerd Rage TV. Go check it out. And let's just talk about the trailer first. We just watched it. It's just great. We watched it again just to remember all the little details.
Yeah, I just saw it today.
Man,
I just saw the trailer today.
Let's just call this trailer picturesque. Let's call it picturesque.
Is that what you call it?
Yes, it's the landscapes. The landscape shots that they show in this trailer are so beautiful, like incredible. I mean, that's one of the big takeaways. I also love Sweet Child of Mine over at this trailer. That's so good.
Yeah, it was the perfect song to put in there.
Oh man!
And I'll tell you what, just seeing that trailer, if you think about, you've seen a lot of those crazy paintings and stuff that you see from, it could be anywhere of the nature stuff to futuristic stuff to everything. Almost like all that was just popping out at you.
Oh, I know.
In like so major. Good. More than 1080p, the resolution is amazing on there.
Yep. All right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just like all I can say is yes. I can just do nothing but agree. You know what's really cool? There was a shot. You remember that shot where Thor was in the snow?
Yes,
it was like snow, and then they looked down. And there was a huge dead creature. Now, this is amazing. That shot from the trailer was 1-for-1 from the comic that this movie is based on.
Yep.
That creature was a god that was killed by Gore the God Butcher.
Oh.
Yeah. Right? So we gotta talk about Gore the God Butcher now, right? Because it's... First of all, look. Christian Bale. One of the most badass Batman. Period.
Agreed.
Like, just fantastic.
Agreed.
He was also in that amazing movie American Psycho. And you guys, like, damn, and he plays Psycho in that movie. Now check this out. He said after Batman, he had no interest in doing another comic book movie, right? Mm-hmm. And they got him convinced with the script for this movie to immediately say yes to doing this role.
Yeah.
And it's another comic book movie. That's how compelling this character was that he was like, yep, I'll do it. Which is huge.
Agreed.
Huge. Awesome. I'm so excited. Him as Thor the God Butcher.
I think he'd do pretty good. I really will.
Oh, man.
He's an absolute amazing actor.
Yeah, and we've seen him play the psychopath before, He will be baptized in the blood of the gods. It's gonna be so good, guys. And oh man. Now I've heard some people have seen a little tiny bit of footage of Gore the God Butcher, and they're not allowed to say anything about it, but they keep fucking hinting at it. I've seen some people talk about it on the internet, and some like professionals, and just their reactions every time they have to stop themselves from talking about it. Like every time they're just like, oh. So it's gonna be very, very interesting to see.
It would be.
I'm just in general excited for this movie. I like the story of Thor kind of going on a journey of self-discovery.
Yeah,
I think that's a really cool plot.
Oh yeah, big time. Because after the last one, you can tell that was something that was going to be a thing for him, just going up and basically finding himself and a reminder of who he is and where he came from.
And again, like, this villain is the perfect villain for that story.
It is.
Because he's going and killing all the gods, and well, Thor's a god, so he's gonna be like, man, like, what do we do here? The other thing is Jane Foster's back. Amazing. This is gonna be so cool. I can't wait for that. So, alright, yeah, I mean, just like, this movie has a lot going for it. Of course, we love Taika Waititi. He's just a fantastic director. Right. Yep. Ragnarok was the best Thor movie to date. Like, pure, it's just, wow, love it, love it. And of course, he's coming back to do this movie. I mean, what's not to love? It's like we are eating good as Marvel fans this summer. We're not only getting Doctor Strange to start things off, but then in July we're getting, and in June, in the middle of those, we're also getting Miss Marvel, the TV show, which is awesome. Kamala Khan, fantastic character. It looks very, how do you describe it? What's the damn movie? Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Oh yeah.
It's got those vibes.
Love that
but
movie.
with this, it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be that one's gonna be the fun, lighthearted series that I'm excited for. Because it's different. But yeah, go ahead.
Now, a question that I have
yes,
okay, I saw the preview. I just saw the preview of Thor: Love and Thunder today.
Yes.
Now, it could have been something I could have missed. Who knows? I miss a lot of things in these things. Mm-hmm. Or even if there's other trailers that might have had it in there. Now, one thing I didn't notice, was anything with his brother, Loki. Yeah.
Well, again, that's going to bring us into our next topic.
True.
But before we get into that, he could show up in this movie. I'm not ruling that out, but the question is what version of Loki is going to be showing up in this movie? Yeah. Now, here's the other thing. We waited a really long time to get this Thor trailer. Like, Thor's like, it's July. That's like 2 months away. Like 3 months away, sorry. But usually they start promoting 4 to 5 months before a movie comes out. So they waited a while, and they very, very specifically only gave us a teaser with, like, this teaser gave us awesome shots, a basic plot, didn't show the villain, and was just enough to get you to go, yeah, I can't wait to see that movie. But here's the thing. It doesn't tell you much about what's going on. And I think the reason they waited so long was because they wanted to make sure that this teaser trailer didn't spoil any of the big changes that are going to be happening because of Multiverse of Madness.
Right.
So there's a little bit of overlap, and so again, we might see a version of Loki. It's possible. It's very possible. But yeah, so